Welcome to the Embassy of Ireland in Malta on St. Patrick's Day 2022. A Carja, Céad Míle fáilte ribh go léir, lá eile Pádraig Sunna Díobh. Yum San Patrizio Itayeb. On our National Day, I extend the warmest of welcomes to our Maltese friends and to the Irish community, for whom the Maltese Islands are a place to live, work and do business. In this centenary year for our country, and 50 years on from our citizens' vote to join what is now the European Union, St. Patrick's Day continues to provide a special opportunity to highlight our global connections. In this way, we also pay tribute to the valued contribution of our Irish community to daily life here in Malta. The pandemic and the events of the past weeks have brought into sharp focus how community is a universal value that demands meaningful solidarity with our fellow human beings. Connection and community are themes that resonate strongly through Ireland's history, link us with our own diaspora, and signify how vital it is for us to demonstrate solidarity with the people of Ukraine. After another challenging year, we come together in whatever ways we can and recall the wonderful displays of community and connection that have inspired us over the last 12 months. I think of our online storytelling sessions with Irish writer Bridget O'Dea and the National Literacy Agency of Malta, the James Joyce Bloomsday partnership with the National Library of Malta, and the Irish film screenings in conjunction with the Irish Film Institute and Spazio Creative in Valletta. To begin our programme today, it gives me great pleasure to introduce An Taoiseach, Ireland's Prime Minister, Micheál Martin.
Happy St. Patrick's Day in Malta. Benachtaí fáilte Pádraig ormh go léir. Tá áthas orm a bheith caint lebanúh, haar ceann bhuintir na Hérden, agus lá le Pádraig á ceiliúradh going in ngár is a géin. Gach áit inar féidir ló, tá ar muintir ag ach cheangan leis an bobal má gúrd. Ar bobal ag ach cheangal le na chéile, agus éire ag ach cheangal leis an dain. Mar sin féin, tá scá ar geiliúradh im líne leis an déan leathas agus rial dlí fí bhagart. I am delighted to be able to speak to you today on behalf of Ireland. Our celebrations this year are tempered by the reminder that democracy and the rule of law can never be taken for granted. And so, this year especially, let St. Patrick's Day be a moment to recall and to extol human fellowship, empathy and solidarity, true values of a republic. For let there be no mistake, this is a decisive moment for democratic freedoms and values everywhere. 100 years ago, our country was taking our first decisions as a sovereign democratic state. An early act on the international stage in 1923 was to join the League of Nations. Multilateralism and international cooperation has shaped who we are from the very start. In 1955, we joined the United Nations. 3 years later, our service as international peacekeepers began. Ireland today has the longest unbroken peacekeeping record of any nation in the world. Peacekeeping is a proud tradition ingrained in our culture. 50 years ago, we voted to join what is now the European Union, a union formed in the ruins of war to create unbreakable bonds of peace across Europe. Our European Union membership has added new rich layers of identity, of belonging and of solidarity. And so, on this St. Patrick's Day, I say with confidence on your behalf, we reassert our unequivocal commitment to democratic and humanitarian values by standing with the people of Ukraine. We again declare our unshakable support for the rule of law. We are one with the people of Ukraine. Their freedom is our freedom. Their struggle is our struggle. Friends, Garda, after 2 long years, we are emerging from the COVID-19 pandemic. We have learned a lot about ourselves. We know we are resilient. We've also seen how much each of us depends on the other. We are facing new challenges, but we will face them together and we will prevail. Our people are reconnecting with their communities. Our communities are reconnecting with each other, and Ireland is reconnecting with the world. That spirit of connection will guide us in the coming months. I believe that Irish people everywhere will respond to what is happening in Ukraine with the same energy, compassion and conviction that we have showed during the COVID crisis. We will be tested economically, personally, institutionally, but we will respond as a proud member of the community of democratic nations and as citizens of a republic. I would like to take a moment to pay a special tribute to Irish people across the world for the manner in which you have faced the pandemic. Ireland is immensely proud of how our people at home and abroad responded to the crisis with humanity, selflessness and generosity. Our healthcare workers, our aid workers and our peacekeepers all represent our country with great distinction. There are countless examples of our diaspora reaching out the hand of friendship and of care to the more vulnerable members of our community during difficult times. For that, I thank you. Over the past 2 years, the richness of Irish artistic output has kept alive a flame of hope, a welcome reminder of human potential when we felt most powerless. Ireland salutes you all. And now we're all called upon again in a new and terrible crisis. Together, we will rise to this challenge and the other great environmental and security challenges that face the world. We will work in unity to protect and restore international law and the principles of the UN Charter. We will redouble our efforts to ensure peace and stability across our European neighbourhood. We remember those we have lost in the pandemic. We will honour their memory by strengthening our bonds of community and implementing real change that reflects the important and often profound lessons we have learned. Ní neart go cur le chéile. There is no strength without unity, a sentiment that has a special resonance at this time. We stand together and we stand with the international community of democratic nations. We stand for a better world and we stand against autocracy and oppression wherever they appear. We stand with Ukraine. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you, Taoiseach. I'm delighted to now introduce a special message from the President of Malta, His Excellency George Vella.
On the occasion of the National Day of Ireland, I welcome the opportunity to address you through this short message. I convey my sincere greetings to His Excellency, the Ambassador, all his team at the Embassy, as well as all the members of the Irish community working and living in Malta. A year ago, I spoke to you about the long-standing friendship between the people of Malta and the people of Ireland. I also mentioned the historical traditions linked with the feast of St. Patrick, the Irish shamrock, and the colour green. Last year, we celebrated the 17th of March under a dull cloud called COVID. This year, unfortunately, we still continue with our uphill battle against this threat. We also have to come to terms with the unbearable suffering that the people of Ukraine are going through. We, as Europeans committed to value democracy, cannot but join in the strong condemnation of the events we are witnessing and express our full solidarity with the resilient and brave people of Ukraine. Joining Irish people from across the globe to reflect on unity through diversity, we have an opportunity to use this occasion to highlight our shared vision for an empathic, socially just, and peaceful world. I take this occasion to congratulate Ireland's successful contribution to the United Nations Security Council and reconfirm Malta's commitment to work hand in hand with like-minded countries to promote diplomacy and dialogue as an epitome for a sustainable, environmentally conscious and serene future. The sensations we lived through in the past months and the increased sense of division should make way for a fresh start. The Republic of Malta looks forward to collaborating further with Ireland to promote sustainable development and prosperity for all. In this regard, I am looking forward to have the pleasure in the near future to welcome to Malta on a state visit by His Excellency the President of Ireland, Michael D. Higgins, an occasion that will further promote the long-standing friendship and the mutual respect enjoyed by our two countries. I also take this opportunity to thank the Irish Embassy in Malta and the Embassy of Malta in Ireland for their commitment to act as a conduit, facilitating cultural interaction between our respective peoples and further strengthening political dialogue and commercial opportunities for the better promotion of stronger bilateral relations between our two countries. In conclusion of my short message, I convey my warmest salutations to President Higgins, a truly stalwart leader in promoting diplomacy, and on behalf of the people of Malta, I wish to you and your families a serene and healthy St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you, President Vella. It gives me great pleasure to now introduce the cultural segment of today's programme. Irish culture is at the centre of our communities, both at home and abroad. Our creativity is at the heart of who we are as a people. It has often been through creative expression, song, dance, instrumental, the spoken word, that we have made meaningful connections with friends around the world, in the better as well as in the challenging times. I sincerely hope you enjoy these creative and reflective pieces, a proud expression of modern Irish culture.
Did you think that I won't be okay right after you left me? Did you think that I'd drown myself in tears while I tuck myself to sleep? Well, goodbye to you. Oh, goodbye to what we used to do. I'll be okay, I know for sure that when I'm on my own that I'll be fine without you. I know if I fall I'll be able to pick myself and soar. I'm just happy it's over. I can be myself and now that it's done and it's over. It took me time for me to see who I am, but now I understand no matter what, I am strong. I'm just happy it's over. I can be myself and now that it's done and it's over. Well, well. Oh, goodbye to you. Oh, goodbye to what we used to do. I'll be okay, I know for sure that when I'm on my own that I'll be
is the knower. Likewise her features round excel the lady brown, and her wrinkles can't be found in Sonata. If I had £1,000, I would lay the money down. The Mahasa comes to Bartlorga. The Hoga Mishtanon, so Ramishtanon, our Farragus near Valplatun Vabote. That war Margot more the woods and all our Farragus me rides a broad. I believe you are for sport, so I beg you let me alone. Scar the blather of the Valentine Nola. If I bade my friends adieu for to go along with you, gallant good fellow after all the ring, I believe I'll stay at home and never go to Rome. Schaffner the rather of me hollow. Is for a thumb free, the time is more than me. Scarmatalam in Makahuna Kyoshi. When I go to bed at night, no sleep can I entice, but lying on my side in sore grief. By this and that indeed, and the Bible we do read. He's starting out that I get no or grief. My treasure, wealth and store, we shall be forevermore. That of all the lambs, spirit, magan, they to store. I think it's moving young. Your chattering and flattering won't coax me. Stong even faintly, shin count of every free now. And calculate me valid with glory. Oh, can't you come and try? My kindness you shall find. You're in my that you're our of a story. I'll buy you dancing shoes, silk and satin clothes. It's a shall the whole beach darling Your Latin cant I hate, and your idle silly parade. Maris classic art, this rag partout is stolen. I must get my parents laid before I misbehave. Carnival and Isha Arkino is bosom. My charming lovely dame, my heart is in a flame. If you don't ease my grief and grant me some relief, Shinchanaches Karhatik Mele Bronchi, Shinchanaches Karhatik Mele Bronchi, Shinchanaches Karhatik Mele Bronchi.
Thank you for joining us this St. Patrick's Day. I hope that today's event provided a taste of all that Ireland has to offer and that it conveyed a sense of home for our Irish citizens and for our diaspora here in the Maltese Islands. As we depart, I know the people of Ukraine with whom we stand are uppermost in our thoughts. I would like to thank the Embassy of Ireland team, as well as our friends from across Malta, for their collaboration and partnership over the last year. I sincerely look forward to meeting with you all in person very soon. From Achill to Zabar, Guidor to Einsilum, from Skibbereen to Slima, happy St. Patrick's Day. Yom San Patrizio Itayeb. Céad Míle Galer.